Okay, so the switch statement was the assignment, not the assignment, the exercise. So I've given you the basic structure of the code here, the switch case statement. And what's the solution? The solution to this particular exercise is, so here's the code. I'm going to enter 1, and it should say launch option 1. Of course, you could have something before that. Cout, please enter option. Actually, the other way. So if we run this now, it's requesting for the user to enter an option. I'm going to enter number 2. 2 is going to be stored in num. And then it's going to say launch option 2. If I don't enter anything or enter some other invalid entry, it should go to the default. So for example, 0, it says invalid entry. So this is where the value is stored, num, and that's going to check. If the value is number 1, it's going to do this line, then break out and continue. Otherwise, it'll just keep going right through the different cases. Okay, so the next exercise, we're still continuing on the conditionals and the operators. So now I want you to use the if statement. So here you are required to create a simple program that displays data based on the following conditions. If salary is less than 40K, the person is going to be a supervisor. If it's less than 60, it's going to be a manager. If salary is less than 100K, it's a director. If it's none of those, then it's a CEO. How do you create that? Using an if statement. So generally, you're going to have to use an if-else statement. Of course, you could put ranges. You could say, if it's between 40 and 60, this individual is going to be a manager. If it's less than 40, it's a supervisor. If it's between 60 and 100, it's a director. I don't want you to put a range. I want you to use an if-else statement. So there's no range, an if-else statement. So the solution to that particular example should have been something similar to this. So we enter employee, we enter an integer data item. We input that, then it goes into comparison. So I'm just going to run this just to show you what it should look like. So we're going to enter, I'm just going to enter 120, and it should come with CEO. So basically the way this is working is, right at the beginning we have an if statement, and the condition here is, if the employee salary, which we actually entered, is less than 40, it's going to do supervisor. If it isn't, it's going to jump into an else if. And then if it's not less than 60, it's going to say manager. Otherwise, it's going to say it's a director. If it's none of these, it's going to do the CEO. And let me just try something. Let's see. So I'm going to do 55. And 55, it will display the manager. So it'll actually jump out of each one of them if it's not less than that, if it's and so on. And of course, you could have used in nested if statements if you wanted to. Nested if would generally look more convoluted, and it's not going to be more tight, clean code. So this would generally be the ideal approach.